All right
And it was
now.
tremendous. And it was a short moment that I was under the tutelage of him. But it was like I knew I was sent there because everything that he said, it's like
It was
I
in
need
place.
it would nourish me. I just
Hmm.
took it. And
Yes.
he said that I wasn't saying, I adapted his way of saying, and I understood exactly
Mm.
what he meant by it.
Hmm.
So it's a
Absolutely.
lot of things of kinship that we have, and then
Yes.
understanding when God places us, that's the thing that we should be really looking for. Not
Absolutely.
looking at human to human of our flesh and all the
Hmm.
wrong things. It's good to
Hmm.
see the wrong, but
Yeah.
not to
Yeah.
focus and pick on it. We must
Exactly.
encourage and elevate one another from our wrongs. But to watch the kinship, even if it's something not so good in kinship that you have in another fellow human being or saint, help each other, lift each other up. So that's what I did, while I was there, and I
Exactly.
just took in a lot. Yeah, it was awesome. And I
Absolutely. Just a friendly disclaimer, we're not a medical advice. We do not subscribe to medical advice. We are sharing information to enhance your life, to enhance your mental health. And again, this is just a friendly disclaimer. Anything concerning our videos is not intended for a medical professional. It does not replace any medical professional advice. Please seek your medical professional team for anything concerning your mental health, physical health. Again, we are here for you. Just a friendly. Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, whoever you are. This is the Just Stop It Show. Welcome to Just Stop It. And I'm your host, producer, the Grand Queen, AKA the Professor, whatever you want to call me. Welcome again to the Just Stop It Show. And we've got a good one for you tonight. Listen, it's still the month of May. May, what is it? April showers brings May flowers. And now here we are moving towards summer, trying to enjoy the beginning of summer. And I hope that you have been trying to enjoy the beginnings of summer. New beginnings for everybody, new vibes, new the new process, the new way, and most of all, understanding good mental health. So here we are, still out here advocating for good mental health. And as before we move on, just a friendly disclaimer for you. The information in our videos are not intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. All content, including graphics, images, information, our reels and videos contained is for general information purposes only and cannot and will not ever replace consultation with your own doctor and or medical profession. Listen, we are here to help engage you. We're here to help you make the best of being you and be the best of you. Help you to fix your crown, help you to be the kings and queens that you are. So always seek medical advice before things happen. And if stuff happens, we're still here for you. So we've also got our other hot spot of the show, of this amazing movement, our Shannon Grace Chappelle in the house, our other host of the show. She will be here. She'll be in the studio in a little bit, and she'll let you know. She'll hit us up then. And we also have this apple, that apple who doesn't fall from the tree, our very own media producer, Trey Wiz in the house, Trayvon Gray in the
Hey,
house.
hey, hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey Trey, hey Trey, it's
How
all
you
good.
feeling?
Listen, I'm feeling
How you feeling?
phenomenal. I'm feeling good, and I have to
That's what's
say,
up.
just glad to just witness the moments, good, bad, ugly, and nasty as it happens.
This
Just
how you
glad to be in
grow.
the moment. Yeah, that's
I'm
how you
starting to
grow.
be okay with it now. I'm starting to take it a little
Absolutely.
better. So I get that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what hummingbirds do. They pollinate.
Yeah,
We hummingbirds, we
shout out to
humming.
Chef Alva too for shout out to Chef Alva for giving us her time last Sunday. That
Absolutely.
was awesome. Yeah, I was watching some
Absolutely.
of it back again, and for her to be so vulnerable, I just want to say to her, thank you for choosing to
Exactly.
do that in our space. Because, like my grandmother was saying, we was talking about it. Some other people I know that always kind of recap with me on how the show is or what's going on or the subject matter. But thank you for that
Yes.
vulnerability. Thank you for trusting
Absolutely.
us, and thank you for wanting to do it on that platform. So I'm happy to hear that
Absolutely.
she was like, fully satisfied with being on a platform and how she was put out there and presented. So I'm happy as well. I have nothing to say. Thank you to those that are
Exactly.
watching so far. Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you guys who are passing through. As Chef Alva says, one of her mottos is your life becomes a masterpiece when you learn to master the pieces. You know, sometimes our life happens in pieces. God teaches us how to find the piece to piece things together. So
Yeah.
he's the peace that passes all
When there's a
understanding.
will, there's a way.
There's a way. There's so
Hmm.
many ways. As you often say, Trey, there's a formula. There's a
Yeah. There's
formula
a
for
formula
it.
for everything. Now, what I'm
Exactly.
interested on is the Big Sisters Club because that's what we're talking about today. I want you to
Yeah,
fill us in
yeah,
on the movement of the Big Sisters Club, whatever knowledge that you've accumulated on what's going on. I know we have some current ties with some of these movements as well, so we're going to be doing some things, and that's exciting. But tell us about it.
exactly. The Big Sister Club, and we're so excited about the Big Sister Club. It's just like, oh my God, this is really to share, to shed awareness on mentorship, because we all need a mentor, but sometimes we need it little by little. But we need something to help reinforce the things that need to happen in our lives. So just like we are advocating for good mental health support, we're looking for those to help raise awareness and encourage the interconnection, encourage more people to join as mentors, good mentors.
Because it's
We
needed.
it's so needed.
It's needed.
It's just like if I may refer to like the grandmothers we used to have, what they used to call the big mamas we used to have, the
Like my
aunties that we
mom would
used to
say all the
have.
time.
Yeah, Shannon is often reminding us the big
Yeah.
mamas. We don't have that anymore, and we need that kind of mentorship. We need aunties in Africa. The adage they call whoever your auntie. That's why I call Kim your Auntie Kim, because in
Yeah.
Africa they recognize the oldest siblings in the family as the experienced ones, the oldest uncle, the oldest person in the family as the experienced one. It may not be necessarily true all the time, but they acknowledge that as a line of respect.
Well, speaking of
So,
that,
mhm.
my grandmother's one of the ones that chimed in and let you know that she's watching. So shout out, shout out to that wisdom.
That's
Shout
my
out to
big
the
sister.
the
Hey,
older
big
one.
sister.
Yeah,
Absolutely, big sister Margaret. Being the oldest it carries a lot of responsibility. It
it is
carries
a
good
lot.
responsibilities. It's like you're the first flower to grow.
I know it's
You're
a
the
lot of weight
firstborn.
to be the leader of
It's a
a
lot of weight.
family or a leader
Yeah,
of a flock. I know that's a lot.
yeah,
As far as
it's a
people
lot.
depending on you for
Yeah,
emotional reasons or needing to talk to
yeah,
you, wanting to vent, and
yeah.
I know that she needs her space and stuff too. So I try to give her that because I don't want to always be in her face asking about something. Oh, let me get that cologne that you got in your closet. Let me get, trying to, let me
Oh.
get them snacks that you got in the, or something like that. But, I try not to be in her face too much because everybody needs their time. But I appreciate those type of people.
Growth. Once you
Yes.
accept being the oldest, sometimes it's being the oldest because sometimes you don't want to be. You're like, God, why do I gotta be the one? Why do I have to be the one to always uh make a step or make an effort in doing things. Why are they always depending on me to do this, that, or say this, that, and the other? That's who God made you. That's who you are as the firstborn experience. Because
Mm-hmm.
technically we are the hue. We're like a gazillion different people, but we are so intricate. We are a hue of every different kind. So being the firstborn, again, it's a lot of responsibility. It's about the experience and how we share it and how we embrace it. So it's our responsibility to help the younger ones, regardless of what position we have in the family or in the community. It's our responsibility. However, it takes some support. Yes,
It does.
Queen Margaret,
Yeah, she was saying that
absolutely,
she's glad to be That's one thing she says all the time, that she's glad to be blessed to be in a space to be able to do so. Because if you don't plan
absolutely,
right, if you don't, if you're not on top of your resources and you didn't build a life to be able to, retire and do some of the things that she's done,
absolutely,
she's happy that. So that's one thing I hear from her a lot is being
absolutely.
blessed enough to be able to, bless your offspring afterwards, or
That's
help them,
wisdom.
or whatever it may be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
So it's needed.
bridge.
I'm grateful
Yes.
for it because
Yes,
everybody don't
Big
have
Sister
their.
Margaret. And
Yeah.
and let me just shout out to Big Sister Margaret because I have no older sisters in my family. I'm the oldest of eight, and like you said, Trey, it carries a lot of weight, but
Hmm.
it's a good one. So to
Yeah.
meet people and to for God to bless me to have people grafted, to graft them into this flower, because I just believe we're all flowers, and we flowers need to be replanted sometime, so another person come along and nurture, another person come along, help them to develop, and so on. And that's what makes life good.
That's right.
Whether it's
That's
bad
right.
or good, whether they bad or good, you're gonna grow. That flower's gonna grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I thank
Nourishment.
you,
Yeah.
big sister Margaret, for being my big sister, for being like the first big sister I ever really had. And I appreciate
That's
the
cool.
love that you have for me.
Yeah.
I
That's
appreciate it. I
cool.
appreciate it. I hold that very valuable, close to my heart. And the things that
That's
we
nice.
share, it's good. It's so good, and it's really helping, teaching me to be the sister that I needed to be, because I haven't always been the sister that I needed to
I
be with
feel
my
that.
own sisters.
That's
And
transparent. That's
oh yeah,
real.
I know
I
that.
like that.
I know that. If they got online right now, they'll be like, uh-huh. And I wouldn't blame them. Uh-huh. I
But
wouldn't
I
blame them.
mean, it's
So
the facing it that I like. I'm gonna let you.
absolutely.
Obviously, I'm gonna let you finish. But it's the facing it, admitting it is half of
Yeah,
what I need people to do. It's just admit it. Just
exactly.
realize that what some of the
Yeah.
things you
Yeah.
did in life might not have been what you wanted to do. We can't repaint the picture, so we can't redo things that happened in the past. But shoot, you acknowledging it, so that's
Absolutely,
half the battle.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm grateful for the place to be accountable, because we can definitely get more support on it and have more conversations, because the Big Sister Club is about peer support among across community, across generations. Every generation is different. Every mindset within that generation is different. The teachings and the principles are different. However, we want to set new standards and raise more awareness on how to mentor, why we are mentoring, and where that mentorship goes, so people, as you say, can grow and develop as the kings and queens that they are. So we're starting with
hey
the Big
Kenny.
Sister Club. Hey, Dr. K,
He said,
how you
"Great evening,
doing?
everyone." Yeah,
Absolutely, greetings to you.
thank you
And
for watching, Kenny.
yes, thank you. And hopefully we will expand from the Big Sister Club with the Big Brother Club, and get more mentorship and more awareness and support across generations, because this is also connecting peer group mental health support. We want to
That's
connect
what I
this
like.
as a peer group mental health support
Because that's the first
across
thing I said.
generations.
What about the guys? What about the
Yeah,
boys or the
yeah.
kids?
We
So yeah,
we that's our focus. That's a part of our focus, is our males, our brothers, our uncles, our fathers, our sons, our grandfathers, our local community leaders, our local merchants, the guy who hands us those eggs every day, the one who stocks up the veggies and produce for us every day, the ones who fix us that cup of coffee every day. Those guys are equally important, and we don't know what's going on with them. but we got to be there. There has to be some type of foundation for them to be able to have and move from level to level. And this is where we are with the Big Sister Club and the Big Brother Club. We're gonna get that together. Well,
That's
we
what's
already
up.
started with the Big Sister
It's
Club,
already
and we're gonna
rolling. Yeah,
bridge
that's
it.
cool.
It's already rolling,
Yeah,
and we're gonna expand it with the Big Brother Club, and we're using Gray. And from you guys have been phenomenal. The Gray family. This is why I got a shout out to the whole family.
thank you,
This
thank you
this
for
this
that.
is this is
For the
about the
bloodline,
family,
shout out to my
the
bloodline.
bloodline,
Uh
the
huh.
bloodline of the Gray family, and I just had to take it to another level. I said, you guys are phenomenal. The history that you have, the foundations that you have laid, and the new footprints that you're making, and that you have helped JTI make have been yes to all the above. So this is why
I
I
know
said, well,
that's right.
let's talk
I
about Gray as a
appreciate that.
bridge. Oh
Yeah.
yes, we
I never
appreciate
looked
that.
into it, like with
Oh
last name or
yes,
not. I never looked into the meaning
yes,
of
it
gray or the
yes.
symbolism of it. So I can dig that. Thank you for that.
It's the Big Sister Club, the Gray Way, the
Yeah.
Gray Way, and Shannon and we all we spoke on it, and I said, you know what is gray? What is the grades? People talk about the gray matter, what's between, but actually it's a bridge. Gray symbolizes a bridge. It's like a gray bridge, the gap between black and white. This is why tonight I'm wearing gray, just so you know. I
I'm
honor.
not mad at that.
I'm
I'm not
wearing
mad at
gray.
that at all.
I'm going all in. We
Hey,
are
mommy.
going all in.
Hey,
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 Shannon.
sliding in right on
hello,
time.
hello.
How you
I
doing?
love it.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I know
Absolutely.
you got
We
How
some
talk,
y'all?
rest.
and she had a phenomenal trip today, and she gonna share. She gonna share, and just
I
glad to
did.
see you. Glad to see you, Shannon.
Glad to see
Glad to
y'all
see you.
too.
Absolutely. We talking about the Big Sister Club, the Gray Way, and the meaning behind gray.
Mhm.
Just as gray
Grammy
bridges the
said, "Hey,
gap
mommy."
between black and white, and the
Mhm.
support groups, because you guys have bridged the gap. You started with JTI, and you began to bridge the gap between uh and facing how things happen in the media. You say, okay, we all started
Mhm.
advocating together, and then I was like, you guys have this amazing history, and then how you support uh the advocacy of good mental health, and
Mhm.
also the accountability and support piece of it, and more the movement itself. And I said, oh, this is about the gray way. This is about bridging the gap.
I like that.
Yeah.
This is the gray way.
I like
The
that.
Big Sister Club. And I was
Yeah.
just sharing, I don't have no big sisters.
Mhm.
And I was just saying also I could have been a better big sister. However, the movement has taught me, and through every so many people that God has grafted in to teach me how to be a mentor, how to just be me, and
Mhm.
be that bridge between the known and the unknown, that bridge between conversations that haven't even been tapped into on good mental health support. So this is why it was named the Big Sister Club, the Gray Way, to encourage more people to join as mentors. So we're looking for a
Mhm.
mentorship, simply put, and the wisdom and experience that you guys have among yourselves, and that what you've been teaching. So you just don't have it among the family. You've also been teaching, because now we're talking about experience. It's not enough conversations, not enough mentors are available, accessible across generations to
Mhm.
share their experience. You guys have shared your experiences, and we continue to share our experiences and our journey. So that's what it's about. It's a peer
Kenny and
support group.
Mhm.
Kenny and I just want to stop real quick. Kenny and
Yeah,
my
sure.
grandmother said, "Hey, mommy." Well, they ain't say,
Hey,
"Hey, mommy."
how
They
y'all
didn't say
doing?
that.
Absolutely,
but
Dr. K
Kenneth said,
and
"Hey
Lady
there, Miss
Margaret.
Shan,"
Hey,
and then
how you
Grandma
doing,
said, "Hey,
Kenna? Hi,
Shan."
Mom.
She
Hey,
always sign
Mama.
her
Absolutely.
little ma signature on it, or
Yeah, I
whatever.
Yeah,
know.
But
Put on her
she'd be like,
digital.
holla. Yeah,
yes,
so the wisdom, it's about wisdom and experience, balancing emotions. That's the symbolism behind gray, navigating uncertainties, strength and unity, compassion and understanding.
I
That's
do
the
see a
gray way.
nice comment from Kenny. I want to pull that back up. He says,
Sure.
"We at Take Care of Us Breath of Life Ministry, Come As You Are Academy, is here for male and female mentorship, and it can be found via Facebook." Yeah, if you
Absolutely.
drop your
Absolutely.
actual link, Kenny, and I can pull it up
Yeah,
on the
share the
screen while we're
link.
talking. But yeah,
Absolutely
Kenny
share
has a
the
lot
link.
that's going in the woodwork, and he's been out there. He's before I got
Yeah.
on
Absolutely. Yes,
StreamYard
he
and all that
did.
doing this myself. He's been out there on the street. So he's definitely one of the
Yes,
people to
he
tune
is.
into and for us to do some networking with as far as people that are already out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's already on the Big Brother. Already on the Big Brother club aspect, to tell you the truth. And I know that he's going to come in with the Big Brother and help, take that where it needs to go, because we really want to focus on, again, across generations, our male and female, and have these conversations, these peer support groups, because two, the experiences will be on common grounds to make the connection, the interconnection, and also help people to gain more insight and coping strategies. It's getting more challenging to cope. It's getting more challenging for each generation to cope based upon household composition and just the living environment.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, the living
That's true.
environment, and balancing the emotional self, and getting that and helping each other find that equilibrium during these challenging times. So, we often say we want to help meet you before the crisis. Sometimes it happens. It'll happen before, during, and after. So we want to have these things in place as a part of our outreach, because this is a part of our outreach aside from the podcast. Is a part of our outreach. The Big Brother Big Sister Club is our expanded effort as an outreach program. And just as gray, some people don't like gray, but it's neutral in some aspects. The thing is, sometimes life is uncertain. That's the bottom line. Sometimes life is uncertain, and we are in the moment with however, it's the formula that we have to navigate. Every formula is different.
Yes.
Every person is different. So this peer group will help people to navigate, and eventually some miracles will come out of it. We are the producer of our miracles, and
I believe
hey,
that.
we are the miracle makers. We're the miracle makers. We're the miracle. We start problems and we can solve it. So,
Yes.
gray combined with, for people who are into colors and they understand the colors of life, gray is a collective strength. It's sort of like it symbolizes a collective effort, a collective strength and unity. That's another part of the symbolization of gray. Gray also reflects empathy and understanding. So the gray matter really, it it understands, it's empathetic. When we sit down and have conversations, you can be empathetic, but where's the other part of this? Where is empathy taking that individual? Where is empathy? Is empathy helping that person to grow, helping that person to see or perceive what they need to see? That's great. In other words, it will help folks to engage without judgment. Without judgment. Gray is like, it's not exactly neutral, but it will invite. The gray way, this is how it is, the gray way. It will engage and offer empathy, offer compassion, and knowing firsthand what those challenges are, helping people to face it. Transparency is good. How do you face it? What's the support to be able to stand on do you have a leg to stand on? If you don't have a leg to stand on, then you're going to need some more support to prove that you can cope, to prove that you're able to get to the next step. So the Gray Way is an amazing canvas, an amazing peer group for the Big Sister Club of women, starting it and engaging our men. And it's open to everybody. And we started having conversations on this in New York, and we got some steps. This is not the end of the conversation of it. There's some steps that we're taking to share the Big Sister Club. Technically we're already doing it. because we're sharing our experiences.
Yes.
We're sharing our stories. We started sharing short videos, short reels on our site at Just Stop It, testimonials at Just Stop It, Mind Shift online, and there's more. And we can nominate each other. We can nominate each other in the sisterhood, in the brotherhood. Nominate people to join the challenge. That's what I've been doing in my neighborhood, and we're gonna take it right there to the face of our leaders, our different leaders in the community and abroad, and we're gonna ask them to help us face this challenge and bring in some and nominate them, and even you can nominate yourself. You can nominate yourself, Big Sister Margaret. I'm just saying, Auntie Kim, Ariel, Latoya, Victor. You can nominate yourself for the Big Brothers Club, just to be a part, just to come in and share a testimonial. Even in the Big Sisters Club, it is open. It's just open. And encourage community, because many of us was brought up with a community, and that's lacking very much these days, a community. So so that's just a little bit. That's just a little highlight of what is to come, and just to keep sharing our stories. Asia Lee, she's another great mentor, and I'm looking forward to hearing from her. Hopefully she's one of our sponsors, and I know she's gonna love this. Chef Alva is already on board with it, and this is just super exciting. I'm just really excited to hear some of the things and the experiences that people have to share to help us to cope.
Yeah.
That's what the villages do. And knowing who the villages are, and knowing why and what they're doing in the village, and to expand it outside of the community of this is not just about themselves. This is about all of us, a collective effort. And that part is just so exciting alone. And the impact and the outcome is just going to be phenomenal. Yeah, and I just got a little scripture to share with y'all on it. I got a little something, for all the Sunday folks.
Okay.
Mark chapter 8, verses 22 through 26 narrates a miracle performed by Christ when he heals a blind man in Bethsaida. It's just a little narrative on how he healed this young man. Jesus, he had a group of great followers. They were all young, in their 30s. The thing is, when he I have to say, some community advocates brought this young man to Jesus. They were advocating because they begged him. They was like, listen, we heard you was here. We heard that you do some great things. We heard that you shift the mindset of things and you make stuff happen. I'm just paraphrasing. So they urged him to say, listen, can you do something for my guy? Can you do something for this guy? They were advocates. They were advocating for him. So Jesus took him away from the crowd. That part stayed in my mind. He took him away from the crowd. And then he spit on the man's eyes and laid his hands on him. In other words, I'm paraphrasing, that no doubt that something in that region, the clay or the dirt or whatever, because in that region, in the region of Bethsaida, I believe, for all the theologians, you can correct me later. Dr. K, you guys know the story. I have to say, I'm just paraphrasing it in my mind, that maybe at that point that Jesus took some clay and he spit in it and he rubbed it as an eye salve, what my parents used to call an eye salve. For anybody from born in the 50s, they called it eye salve, and you would just put it. There was different remedies, different herbs and things like that to put on the eyes and take the inflammation out of the eyes, for people who had conjunctivitis, or for people who were blinded by they were temporarily blind by conjunctivitis. So I'm just saying maybe that it was a type of thing that happened, and that miracle came through the soil. What I'm saying, I said that to say this, that sometimes we have to be taken out of our environment for our healing to take place. Sometimes it has to happen in another environment, if not but temporarily, for us to be able to cope and get to the next level. We go and level up, but sometimes we are blind to the fact, I'm just saying, we're blind to the fact, and we become stagnant in life. We know we need some kind of support. However, we need some advocates. We need some advocates and some mentors to help us to see the light, to shine a light on things so we can see. I was blind, but now what? I see. See how? I see the truth. The truth is illuminated through a program. The truth is illuminated through something that somebody shared with me. The truth is illuminated through a collective effort, because somebody advocated the conversation just for me at that time. And then I'm like, oh, wow, that's me. Now I'm here. Now I know why I wasn't able to move forward in life. Now I know why it took me so long to get to the next step. Not to say maybe you weren't there, but you just needed to be replanted, and you needed to move away from the crowd that you were with. Because sometimes the crowd, if they don't believe in life and the things that need to be done to expand and enhance your life, you got to move away from the crowd and get with the right crowd, so you can grow and become this amazing son of the soil that you are. That's an African adage: son of the soil, daughter of the soil, and regrow and be replanted in the right way. So I just shared that little narrative, because we cannot fool ourselves. It's good that with the Big Brother Club, it will help show us how to have compassion. Compassion is the power to healing. This world is so mean and nasty. Sometimes you get people who wake up mean and nasty. They believe they are thriving as the meanest and nastiest person in the world, and they could have money, and they could have so many different assets. They could be billionaires and trillionaires, but they are poor minded. Their mind is poor. Everything that they touch may seem like it turns to gold. For themselves, their life is not golden. So, in other words, imbalance 190%. So our journey must be full of compassion and healing, and highlight that journey. Sometimes we are spiritually blind. That's okay. Sometimes we need some advocates. That's okay. Sometimes we need some eyesight. We need somebody just come along and say, hey, I've seen people do that. And some of my African brothers, some people do that, wet their fingers to count money. It's not the most healthiest hygienic practice, but I'm just saying as a metaphor on getting to it, reminding us that taking steps in the process. It's not a one-time, it's not a one-shot deal. Taking those steps, it has to be ongoing. So our ongoing, the next step in our ongoing accountability and support is the Big Brother, Big Sister Club, the gray way. That part, the gray way, the gray way. Yes, now, so yeah, here we are. We ready, as Tiffany Haddish said. We ready. What y'all think now? What y'all think about that? Dr. K, y'all chime in. Big Sister Margaret, y'all chime in. Those who are watching tonight, chime in. Join the challenge. We challenge you to join the challenge and mentor and say what needs to happen, because it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be some hot topics. It's going to be some high times and low tides in the Big Sister, Big Brother Club, because stuff going to come out that needs to come out, and we're going to need professionals also to help facilitate it, as well as we all do it together. So again, what y'all think?
Well, any mentorship, even for we think of mentorship a lot of times, think of maybe the Boys and Girls Club, where the people are children, children or
Right.
adolescents. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times we do need that support is navigating through life as adults as
Yeah.
well. So if you didn't
Yeah.
get it as a child, or you didn't get it the way you really needed it, or whatever it is, you're a different person when you're younger
Mm-hmm.
versus what you know now about life. And sometimes it's very
Right.
difficult to navigate through it because you don't have that type of support. You can't tell everybody everything.
As
Everybody does not
absolutely.
completely understand, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
those that could be going through the exact same thing that you're going through, um, don't admit it. They don't
Yeah.
admit it. And if you just have one, a good place, I like
Yeah.
it. Um, I keep thinking more about adults.
Yeah.
People are so misguided. People can be alone. People not have a lot of understanding about things. They don't have that support. They
Mm-hmm.
really don't. And I don't,
Yeah.
of course, that thing goes with it. For some, not all. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But we all know.
If it doesn't apply, let it fly. I hear you.
We all
Wow. Can you
know
imagine?
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Even if it's an aspect of the club is to connect and network, and even get together sometimes, de-stress,
Exactly.
talk
Yeah.
about those
Yeah.
things, away from the kids, away from the drama, away from this, away from that,
Yeah.
because some of us do desire to have,
Exactly.
I don't know what you call it, to have a companionship in a way. And
Yes.
you really do need good companionship. You need to
Ooh, say
surround
it again,
yourself with,
Shannon.
you
Say it
need good
again, opulent
companionship.
one. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you need good companionship. And everybody's not good for you. We know that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Some people can't even tell you a kind word or give you any type of guidance on anything at
Absolutely,
all.
Shannon.
You know,
Yeah.
and just to
Yeah.
get away from the drama. So I think
Yeah.
there's so many aspects of what we're trying to do here that can just be beneficial to everybody.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it
I
is.
think it's.
Yes,
I
it
feel
is,
like it's
Shannon.
needed. I think it's needed. I
It
think it
is.
needs. We need something revamped. We need.
Yes.
We need this.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
We
Shannon.
need this. We need
Yes, we
this.
do.
A
Yes, we
safe
do.
space, and that's part of the safe
Mm-hmm.
space.
Yeah.
The safe space doesn't necessarily mean. You hear that word and you think of, oh, a safe space for you to talk when you're in crisis, a safe space to talk, regarding mental health and being,
Mm.
yeah, in crisis. But sometimes you're not always in crisis to the way that people think you are in
Absolutely.
crisis.
You're not. You're not.
Your crisis
Yeah.
may be for you
Yeah.
individually, and it's different for everybody. It may be that you're lonely.
Exactly. Right.
You need
That part.
somebody. You need
Absolutely.
somebody to talk to about how you're feeling, but you have no one. So that's
Exactly. You're
that's what I
alone in
really.
the situation. Yeah.
I was in a situation.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see,
Yeah.
and for
Mm-hmm.
somebody that
Mm-hmm.
really keep it real with you.
Yeah. Yeah, Shannon. And
Yeah.
to teach companionship,
Oh
what
yeah.
and the that because we need that validation, like you said. If we're
Mhm.
alone, because that happens. What Tyler Perry said, sometimes we need to be by ourselves. At the
Mhm.
same time, we need the kind of support so we can cope by ourselves. And then we
Yeah.
need that interconnection to talk, to vibe and feel the words
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
coming through and things. So yeah, teaching companionship, teaching uh the purpose of being alone and not being lonely,
Yeah.
teaching the interconnection of how to be alone and connect
Mhm.
companionship and the different types of companionship. That's key, Shannon.
It
That
is.
is so key. That part, I'm excited about that right there,
Mhm.
because so many people are alone unnecessarily because they don't know what companionship really is.
Mhm. And I, I
That
see it.
is, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see with it too. My imagination about the whole thing is, have
Yes.
for us to eventually move into having get-togethers. Some stuff for the
Uh-huh.
ladies, some stuff for the ladies,
Yes.
and some stuff for all of
Uh-huh.
us. And it
Yes,
does not have to
absolutely.
be. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a spiritual retreat.
Absolutely.
We don't have to,
Absolutely.
none of that has to come into play unless we choose for it to be. Some people
Well,
just need to
that's
straight
always
out.
there, period.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's always there.
look.
That's always
Believe
there.
it or not, some people just need a straight
Mm-hmm.
evening of bowling to come back
Mm-hmm.
and make
True.
themselves. No, for real.
True.
It's
It's true.
just it is as
It's
simple
so
as
true.
that. You
Yeah.
know,
Evening
eat,
of just talking, like you said, bowling,
talking,
eating a good
simple.
burger or
Hmm.
a salad, something.
Oh, just to
Yeah.
get out the house. Just
Yes.
to get out the
Absolutely,
house.
Shannon. Yes. Oh my
And as far
God.
as and
This
as far
this
as
is
the
good.
mental health side,
Mm-hmm.
I can't stress to you enough how sometimes when you're in that state, maybe just to say your illness or what you're battling is depression, anxiety, it means the world to get out,
Yeah. A different space.
and yeah.
Yeah.
I used
Yeah.
to belong to a place called the Wellness Center, which was very
Uh-huh.
helpful to me at the time. And their main goal
Absolutely.
was to get the people that were dealing with these type of things, excuse me, into another environment. And they did bowling, they did just outings. We had
Mm-hmm.
classes, we did all type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it
Clay,
and it
some clay, painting clay, sipping paint, all
sipping
those
paint.
things like that. Even in just like you said, even in New York, for people who
Mhm.
for the emotional intelligence, you got a place where you can, they call it the Rays, I believe it's called the
Mhm.
Rays Club, and you smash stuff. I think I mentioned
Yeah.
it before. You smash furniture, glass, dishes and stuff. It's just to get that emotional
Yes.
self out, to vent,
Yes.
just to vent. Like you said,
But those,
bowling is good
yeah,
because
those
it's your
those are
emotion.
ideas.
Mhm.
Those are ideas, and again, as
Yes,
it develops, those are ideas that we talk about on the back end, and how
absolutely.
we really want everything to look like, and also, as we've said to our viewers many times, as if there's anything that you want to have on the show,
Yes, yes,
to talk about, the same thing applies for this as well.
yes.
What do
The
you
peer
see
group, the peer
can help
support.
that can help you? And what do you see that can help somebody that you may know or just people in general? What should this look
Exactly,
like?
exactly. Absolutely, absolutely. Trey, what you say now? What you say about this? And the Big Brothers Club,
Yeah. I think he
right?
dropped
So
off by accident.
it's all right. He'll come when he comes back in. I know he going to share
Yeah.
um his part on that. Because like you said, this is for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what you said, Shannon, about that safe space where you feel validated. Because
Yes.
typically that, when people feel validated, they're like, oh, wow, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Because the world is so full of themselves and so full of people who devalue others on a
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day basis, people who devalue
Mm-hmm.
others and they make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they make money off of it.
Yeah.
So for people to have a space, like you said, that safe space where they are validated, that that
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah, that's a sweet spot for them, and it'll
Oh, it
spread
is.
like wildfire. It'll spread and become more and grow like and pollinate like the hummingbird. Just like the
Mm-hmm.
hummingbird does, we pollinate and grow from it and learn from it and bless
Mm-hmm.
others as we are blessed. As we talked on last Sunday, the messenger and the messengee, everybody's
Yes.
blessed.
Yes.
Everybody's life is improved. So
Mm-hmm.
this is, and so just so you know, family, here's my I don't know if y'all can see it. Just so you know, here we go. Just let me hit you with this right here. Can you see it? Uh-huh.
Yes.
There you go. There it
Yes.
is. Uh-huh. That's me. That is the Grand Queen's. Let me see. That's my. This is a part of my Big Sister Club symbolization. This is
Mhm.
an amazing piece that Shannon
Thank
made. This
you.
beautiful gold inlaid. And can you see the bookmark?
Mhm.
The bookmark is also gold inlaid. The frog is
Yeah.
also, here we go, frog. It is inlaid with gold. And you all, listen, you know, the creative self, the creation, the
Mm.
spirit of creation is
Mhm.
just phenomenal. And it doesn't happen all at once, which is a good thing. But Shannon created, each piece is intricately made with love, a labor of love. And I watched that reel from Streamline, generated from the one of the shows. It generated a labor of love reel. I shared it with you, right?
Yes.
And I'm telling you, this is a labor of love, because when you touch it and feel it, I showed my son, my youngest son,
Mm.
today, and he said, Mom, the energy. He said the energy,
There's
it's so
anything
cool
coming
to
from
touch. That's what he said. He said, Mom, the energy, the colors.
Oh.
You know, when he looked at it, it was like 3D, because that's how I
Yeah.
see it too. Like that, you get that 3D effect, and it's cool to the touch. You know, it's like you need that
Okay.
in life, that coping moment, that moment, because
Yeah.
things happen moment to moment. So I had to just share that. Hit y'all with that. Let me hit y'all with one more time now.
Yeah.
There it is. Just one more time. You know, you guys have to. This is also going to be a part of the Big Sister Club. We're talking about things that help people uh, to live, things that this is a part of Shannon that she's sharing with us, and we're
Oh.
so grateful. We're so, I have to
Oh.
say, honored in her share, because this is like she's sharing a piece of her with us. This is just phenomenal, and this is my birthday present. Just so y'all know, let me hit y'all one more time. All right. Just let me hit y'all one more time, right? Yes, now, and the bookmark. What I'm saying is the connection, the
Oh.
interconnection, and the love, the labor of love that we have, and that's being shared on this team is not to be reckoned with. And it's being shared in the Big Sister Club and the Big Brother Club, not to be reckoned with, because it is going to take off even more. It's going to it's affecting us in the most positive way, and it's going to affect others in the power of love. Love is power. What you say, Trey Wiz, on the Big Sister, Big Brother tip?
Hey, and Trayvon, before you say this, I wanted to say something about the frog. The intention was to be able to look in the body of it, where the gold is, or it could be flowers
Yes,
or gears or whatever it is, to be able to look into it and just look at each piece, look at the flowers, and it helps to
yes,
refocus. So if you can,
yes,
I mean, it's just like it's a coping tool actually, because
absolutely,
there's a whole new
absolutely.
world in the belly of it. So that's
Yes,
the
it is.
reason for kind of creating it. And
Yeah.
Trayvon, let me see. I just wanted to say really quick, if you don't mind, some of the comments. If I can just read, if that's okay. Says sometimes, this is from Ms. Margaret Gray. Sometimes folks will not let you connect with them. Learning to make folks comfortable, talking to you, learning to let you in just a little bit, of a tiny bit. She also said cooking clubs and all that, and just talking clubs. Folks
Ah,
must be comfortable. I'm sorry, to interact, to let you in just an inch, feel you
ah,
care.
absolutely.
She,
Just an
she
inch.
said, "I got mine. I love mine." His name is Harry Hippie, the one I gifted her.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
talent. Oh, thank you, Mama. That's a talent. Some have it, some don't. That's a lot of talent at work. I have a butterfly. Oh yeah, I have the butterfly in hers. Um, Other than that, most
Wow.
beautiful thing I've ever seen. Thank you so much. I just wanted to acknowledge that and just tell you I appreciate
Absolutely.
all of the support, and hopefully what something that I have created will do for you. Just look into it, get lost into it, help
Yeah.
relieve headaches, help to refocus,
Yeah.
spend some
Yeah.
time with it, because each floating piece of gold that's in that actually, and I noticed, has calmed me, because I have
Yes.
a few of
Yes.
them, 5 or 6 of them for myself.
Yeah. It's
Um,
very, it's cool to the touch. It's
it's very
amazing. It
cool to
really
the
is.
touch.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
really quick, I want to go back and turn it over to Trayvon as we originally did, just to see, how he may think possibly that this initiative for the big sisters, big brothers club,
Absolutely.
the Great Way. I
Yes, the
wanted to
gray
ask
way.
him, how does he think it could possibly benefit our men? Um,
Yes,
so that would be my question to him, really quick.
that part.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, that part.
Well, I think everybody needs.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to hear you, Trayvon.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
it's a
probably
little low.
I
Yeah, you're a
probably
little
have to.
low.
Yeah, I probably have to come back in. I don't know how do I sound now? Am I still low?
Okay.
Does it sound better?
Oh no,
It's
you're
still
still
low.
low.
Okay,
Mhm.
no problem. I'll come back in.
All right. All right. So while
Okay.
Trey is coming, he's coming back in because he's gonna share.
Thank you.
Uh, he's gonna share his part on
Excuse me.
the importance what our males will play in this, and
Uh-huh.
the support that is needed among our males with our males, uh,
Uh-huh.
per community the world over, because we have to have it. It's not just need, we gotta have it.
Yeah.
We've got to
Yes.
have the advocacy and the support and the accountability part. There he is.
Uh-huh.
He's back.
Uh-huh.
This is great. So
Okay, so
yeah,
according to
and the
StreamYard, I
gray
should
way.
be back up volume wise. I should be on
Yeah,
point
Okay.
volume
You
wise
good.
are.
now.
We
You're
can
Cool.
hear you.
perfect.
Okay, okay,
Perfect.
okay. Sometimes you gotta
hmm
pop in and pop out every once in a while.
You
That's
do.
Well,
that's
I
all
will
right.
say that everybody needs, and of course I'm gonna speak on guys, but everybody needs an avenue. So
Mm-hmm.
even if you
Yeah.
do have something as simple as, you know, something to look at, something to observe when you get home, maybe something to watch or whatever. I love my addition as far as the Big Brothers Club. So if there are any further additions after myself, then maybe you'll have some type of something that to help
All right.
symbolize you joining and being a part of that movement. But um,
Exactly.
guys are very rarely listened to,
hmm
100% listen to, not listen to with intervention or listen to with somebody saying something or making a
I
comment,
agree.
but it's very seldom that as a guy you get to speak your piece without it being judged and without someone assuming that you just are talking too much. Honestly, some people
Wow.
don't.
Wow.
Yeah, you're looked at as a guy as you have nothing to say. It's your job to uh, close your mouth, honestly, and work
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
and make money or be valuable in society by. I mean, you should be able to take care of your family anyway. If you choose to have one, if you make that step,
Absolutely.
you should be able to do so
Right.
anyway. But we don't
Mm-hmm.
have avenues to speak our piece or be heard. Honestly, it's not too many
Wow.
spaces
Yeah.
that it matters in.
My
If we're being
goodness.
honest, so
My
Yeah.
it would
God.
be nice to give a lot of that energy and time to the youth as well as
Mm-hmm.
having
Absolutely.
older folks. I mean, because as a 30-year-old adult, this world is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I'm trying
yeah.
to figure out how
Nuts.
to
It's
navigate.
out
I'm
of
still trying to
touch.
figure out how to
Uh-huh.
uh,
It's out of
let
touch.
everything roll off my shoulders, how to brush everything off, and just keep moving. Because I mean, honestly, if you look
Yeah.
around, there are some spaces that are created now, but who actually is reaching to hear anything that we have to say? How many times do you
Mm-hmm.
sit?
Exactly.
How many times do you see a male on a platform and they're saying, "How are you feeling? How are you? How are you? How blah 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 blah."
Right.
So it's nice to see people try to have these conversations and create those spaces, but it's new to me. Like I said on
Wow.
Oh
one of
yeah.
our shows, I can't remember which one it was because we had show number 30. So shout out to that. But I
Hey.
can't remember what.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I
Yeah. We
can't.
had 30.
I'm
Wow.
glad
That's
it's enough to
great.
get forgetful and remember which show is which. I'm glad we have enough content rolling like that. But um, yeah, it's
That's a good
very
thing.
it's usually looked at as an excuse. Like my mother often says, you're looked at as somebody that's weak.
Mm-hmm.
If you have too much of a complaint or you have too much emotion, so it's
Wow.
not a thing for guys to speak on it or talk
Oh
about it or
yeah.
whatever, which is why I
My
see a lot of
goodness.
the youth my age thinking that they have to walk around carrying guns and other things because they're so caught up by the world that they don't know where to really turn. I
Mm-hmm.
have people
Mm-mm.
now, and obviously I won't say
Wow.
names or no descriptions or anything like that,
Yes,
but I have
yes.
people now that the average person wouldn't want to
Exactly.
stand next to. They'll be afraid
Mm,
to stand next to, afraid to speak with, walk up
Wow.
on, or whatever it may be. But at the same time, some people younger than me
Wow.
still call my phone like, "Hey Trey, I'm going through this. Hey Trey, I'm going through that," and I'm saving lives
mm,
out here. If we really, I'm not
yeah.
gonna get all into it, but I'm
Absolutely.
saving
Yes.
people from themselves out here.
Mm,
So nobody can't tell me
Absolutely.
that it's not
Absolutely.
needed.
That's what it's about.
Nobody can. Yeah. So
oh,
That's right.
I
absolutely.
mean, that's how I
That's
feel.
right.
I would
But
like
you
to
know,
get
I turn
into
around.
another
Yes.
segment about it to be able to really get into
Oh,
questions and see how people or what people want to
yes,
know,
yes.
because I don't think we
Oh
dove
yeah.
deep into
Yeah.
that subject enough for me. I
And we
understand we have a
will.
lot of
We
things to
need to ask
cover,
our
but
community.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
ask our
Mm,
community. Ask them. Ask them.
yeah.
Tell them about the Big Sister, Big Brother Club and what they want to talk about. Because, like Shannon, we shared earlier, that safe space to be able to validate their words and not to be shut down. Because as humans, we have to be validated. And just because you're a male, how is it possible not to not be heard? That
mhm.
that's
Mhm.
that's serious.
It's I have to say this, and I'm not a male. I'm not a man, so I can't speak in the place of knowing what men are thinking, or possibly
Exactly.
could
And
think
feeling.
about,
Right.
as you have the advantage to be able to do so. But I do know,
Yeah.
and I have observed, they have a thing out there now. Well, it might have been a phrase already, but I know Chris Rock had said it, that women, something about uh, men are are validated based on what they can do for you,
Mhm.
or women, or something
Wow.
about people only care about women and dogs, women and pets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
where do men fall in this?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I might not be quoting that correctly. I know I'm not,
That's accurate.
but
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
it's
he's.
the
That's
paraphrasing. Yeah,
gist
it's
accurate.
of
paraphrasing.
what
Uh-huh.
it is. So
Hmm.
this is definitely very, very important. Not saying that women issues for women are not as important, but I do know and have seen that the guys don't get what everybody else gets. If
I
you
Exactly.
think,
show
and
weakness, like I think I said to you, or you repeated, you show weakness. I hate to say it, your masculinity or your sexuality is questioned. Oh,
Wow.
mhm.
because
Wow.
of a weakness when you're a human being and you cried because it's sad. You
Exactly.
cried
It
because you
hurts.
hurt.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah.
that's why I always say, men are a human first before their gender or whatever second,
Mhm.
and we got to
Absolutely.
realize
They
that.
are human.
Uh,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
guess what? A lot of
Yeah.
stuff is needed. We're talking about the initiative overall. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta pull these guys and these men
Yeah.
and the young
Yeah.
men
We have
into
to.
this.
Until
You
we do
Yeah.
know,
that, we're
We
not
gotta
gonna
fight
they
have
with them. We
they
gotta fight for them.
they get little to nothing, and
until
nobody
we
wants
do
Yeah.
to say
that.
Yeah.
that.
Until we do
Until we
that, we're
do
not
that,
gonna have those solid family structures, and all of that is
no,
gone. It
no.
back in the day when I would
Yeah.
watch anything, I was on
Mm,
I was on Dad Mentality podcast, and it was asking questions to the guys, and who would you highlight? And one of the people that I said real
mhm.
quick, even though I'm conscious of the time and then we're getting close to that hour mark, um,
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
I chose John Amos. And
Uh,
though the Cosby's was one of my favorite
Absolutely.
shows and everything to show things on the positive side when you do have a little change in your pocket, when you are successful, when you did go to college, when you did, but on for John Amos, for them to have those adversities, not only living in a bad neighborhood where you don't see evidence of
uh,
uh full family sets and like meaning mother and father in the house, children,
uh,
he pulled something out of nothing, so
yes.
Yeah.
literally when
Yeah.
there was nothing, that he would make a way to get it done. So on that podcast, shout out to Rodney, but on that podcast, that's one of the guys that I highlighted was John
Yeah.
Amos,
Yeah.
because regardless,
Well,
we
Rodney.
need that type of representation. Yeah, we do.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
do. We
So
do.
Absolutely. And we
definitely,
thank you. We thank you for
that's what we
for
need.
Rodney, the dad mentality,
Mhm.
and Dr. K. We thank you for them, and also
Yeah.
the poet. We thank God for the poet, and we
Mhm.
continue to hold me and the family in love and support
Mhm.
and keep up with each other and love and support concerning the poet. And it, as we transition through this new life and be replanted in this new life of support, it'll all come together. The mind shift, it will all come together in this kind of support that we need. As long as we keep loving, and as long as we keep at it, most importantly, we got to keep at it as we get to it. As Lady Margaret said, as Big Sister Margaret said, spoonful at a time. You know, sometimes that's how it happens. Little by little, spoonful at a time. Right? So we love you like no other, as God does. We hear the backdrop music playing. I love our score. I love our music. I love everything about us. Y'all, sometimes y'all catch me rocking a little bit before we come on. I just love our Trayvon. He's doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much.
And Shannon.
I love that too.
The tree and the apples that we have going on here. You know,
that's
and
right.
the hummingbird effect that we have going on here. And shout out to Alva. Shout out to everybody tonight.
Yeah.
Victor, another amazing guy, supporter in the JTI family, and Latoya and Ariel and Joe and also you know, everybody. For those, if I missed your name, you know who you are, and we know who you are, and we appreciate you, and we would love for you to just join in this challenge, the Big Sister Big Brother Club, and tell us what else, you know, how we can also expand this. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to bring it to the face of our neighborhood, our community leaders, and they're going to help us to make this thing really happen even more. At least we're off to a great start. And that's
That's right.
That's a great thing. So that's us. That's JTI. That's JTI. And we thank God for all our supporters and the new potential supporters and donors. And as we go, you know, and because at least we have the opportunity to face these things and to make sure that our voices are heard. Our voices, we are here. We are here. That's the bottom line. We are here. And our voices must be heard.
I want to start adding names to, you know, for instance, how I have what we have rolling across the bottom of the screen with our names on it. I want to do the same thing for the people that have been watching since the beginning.
Yes.
Even the people that are starting to come in and chime into our show and check in, because I just want people to see those that do chime in right now before we get to, you know, what we see in the future. I just want those people to know that we see them. Yeah, I want them to see them because we need to
subscribers. Exactly.
Yeah, we need to show them more that we see them, because that will make them, I feel like, tune in and naturally want to share more naturally if they see themselves in what we're doing. Yes. That is that's a plus, and we really do not take it for granted at all, because that's the interconnection. That's how the village grows and more, and that's how the village knows what's going on in a village, you know, by acknowledging each other and sharing. So we thank you for sharing, and this party is not over. We got some more to share on the outcome and impact of the Big Brothers Club and the Big Sisters Club the Gray Way. So we're going to be coming back at you on Wednesday. Trey, you want to take us out and the disclaimer and the pit stop? Oh, yeah, you already know. That's not a problem. Let me bring that up real quick for you guys. We always got to close off with a friendly disclaimer, because no matter what we say, we don't want you to take it and be led astray. Not trying to make anything rhyme or anything like that. But anyway, as a friendly disclaimer, everybody, the information in this video is not intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Let me bring you up full screen so you can see my mother's creations. But everything in our video is not, nothing in our video is meant for you to be led astray and for you to avoid the medical advice or be deterred from the medical advice that you should be receiving. So yeah, that is that. As far as our shows, you guys, for those that watch consistently, you guys do know our show times, but I'm gonna reiterate it on again. Our Just Stop It show is on Sunday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, I might let it carry over a little bit because I might like what's going on or like the buzz or the energy of the show. But 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. is the Just Stop It shows, and from Wednesday on Wednesday is the pit stop from 7:30 to 8. And like I tell everyone, like I always say whenever we close out, the reason for the pit stop is just for you to catch a little bit of our vibe, catch our energy, see what we're talking about. We'll let you know what happened on the previous Sunday, as well as so recapping on that, as well as letting you know what our intentions are on the following Sunday. So yeah, I would love to see you there. I'm trying to figure out more ways to get people involved. I'm doing
Absolutely.
some navigating, some walking around in my area. There's a community center that's not far from me, so I intend to do some reaching out so we can reach some of the people that can use it. So I appreciate everybody's
Absolutely.
support.
Yeah, whoever
Everybody
reaches
that's been
and
watching
whoever
so
catches.
far. It is not
Absolutely.
something that I, as a producer, want to just push to anyone. If you don't need it, if it's not useful for you, there's no sense in me, regurgitating the same information to somebody who, wouldn't want to see it. So I believe
Absolutely.
in setting your intention. I believe in putting something out there and standing 10 toes down on it, as some people my age say, standing 10 toes down on your movements. And I feel like it'll go where it needs to go in due time.
Absolutely.
Just keep your
Absolutely.
focus and you'll be okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That part. Keep your focus and it will be all right. And share the experience, because you are me and I'm you. It happens. Right?
Exactly.
So have the best rest of the week and just stay with it, stick with it, and it'll all come together. We love you like no other, as God does. Much love, peace, and joy. Till Wednesday at the pit stop. We got a hot question for you on Wednesday. So pass on through it. This one gonna blow your mind on Wednesday at our mental health check-in at the pit stop.
That's right.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good one. In a while.
All right. In a
Peace,
while.
love, and joy. Yes,
All right.
family.
Okay.
See ya.
Right.
All right, Mama. See you later. Thank you for joining too. I'm glad you slid in. Peace.
Absolutely, absolutely. A little late, but I'm here.
It's okay. Better late than never. That's all right.
Yes, sir. Talk
I'm
to
gonna text you
soon.
after this, okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right. All right. How we do? Good night.
All right
And it was
now.
tremendous, and it was a short moment that I was under the tutelage of him, but it was like I knew I would sit there because everything that he said, it's like
It was
I
in
need
place.
it would nourish me. I just took it, and things
Yes.
he said that I wasn't saying. I adapted his way of saying, and I understood exactly what he meant by it.
Mhm.
So it's a
Absolutely.
lot of things of kinship that we had, and then
Yes.
understanding when God places us, that's the thing that we should be really looking for. Not
Absolutely.
looking at human to human of our flesh and all the wrong things. It's good to see the wrong,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
to focus and pick on it.
Exactly.
We must encourage and elevate one another from our wrongs. But to watch the kinship, even if it's something not so good in kinship that you have in another fellow human being or saint, help each other and lift each other up. So that's what I did, while I was there. And I
Exactly.
just took in a lot. Yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was awesome.